Let me know if this sounds familiar. You're planning a trip to Walt Disney World. You've been looking forward to it for a long time, getting ready. A couple weeks before, a couple days before, you cannot wait. And just before you're about to leave, you take a look at the forecast and there's a major hurricane headed toward Florida. If we have any hitchhikers of the galaxy, you know your step one, don't panic. Hurricanes hit Walt Disney World all the time, and I've had the opportunity, and I say opportunity, to be at Walt Disney World for 2 major hurricanes, and I wanted to give you some insight in case you're on your way to Disney, you're thinking about it, you're worried about hurricanes, whatever it is, we're going to talk about hurricanes in this video. Now, I love to have fun in these videos, but before I get into that, I want to have one serious note. Hurricanes are no laughing matter. They can absolutely be deadly, and you should do whatever it takes to protect your life. Life is the most important thing. So whatever it takes, even if it means canceling, it's worth it, and it's really up to you, and you have to make the decision that you're going to feel the most comfortable with. Now that I've made that very important point, we can move on. Hurricane season officially starts on June 1st and goes through November 30th. Now, I'm no meteorologist, but the times that I've been there where there have been hurricanes around is usually September or October. I feel like that's probably the worst time of hurricane season. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special weather report. A Category 5 hurricane is making its way to the coast of Florida, and it's expected to cross over Orlando. Back to you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Now, before you hear a broadcast like that, the most important thing to do is think ahead and be prepared for things to bring with you just in case something should happen in the Orlando area while you're at Walt Disney World. Now, when I say be prepared, I'm not talking about ponchos or umbrellas, because when you're near hurricanes, the winds are so strong, those kind of things aren't going to help anyway. What I'm talking about is maybe some food that you want to bring with you just in case you're trapped at the resort for a day or two while Disney is cleaning up and digging out. Smartphones are such an integral part of our life. We use them for just about everything, but when a hurricane strikes, a lot of those cell phone towers can go down, and after a while your cell phone could run out of battery, which is why I almost always carry a small flashlight with me when I go to Disney. Very small, very discreet, but it is very powerful and has the ability to help me see just in case. This is like a last-ditch effort. Again, I'm an Eagle Scout, so I'm always carrying things like this with me just in case. I'm being prepared. When I'm going to Walt Disney World and I see that a hurricane might be hitting the area, because usually you don't know for sure that far out and the hurricane can move quite a bit, I'm talking about bringing protein bars or something that can be easily used if you don't eat any of it and you bring it right home with you. Something small you can put in your bag and you can eat in the event that there's something going on, you just want to have a snack. Now, I've been through 2 hurricanes at Walt Disney World, Hurricane Matthew and Hurricane Charlie, when I was much younger. Both of those hurricanes were significant enough to really impact the operations at Walt Disney World. But as you can see, I'm still here, I'm fine, and a lot of people were at Walt Disney World at the same time, they're fine as well. So that should put some of your worry kind of away a little bit. I don't want to scare anyone. Hurricanes are scary, hurricanes are deadly, but Disney does a great job to ensure that everyone is safe at Walt Disney World. For Hurricane Matthew, they closed the parks early. We were all sent back to our rooms and told to stay inside for the rest of the day. Even though it wasn't that intense, it had the potential to really create a lot of damage, so they made sure that guests were all situated, had food, were all set to go to ride out the hurricane. Luckily, it wasn't that bad.
The hurricane, it's raining quite significantly now. But it's not too bad at the moment. Winds aren't too bad, it's just rain at the moment. Here I am at Pop Century's shopping and dining, and you'll notice the line for the food court goes all the way back toward the main entrance of Pop Century. All guests are asked to stay in their rooms tomorrow throughout the entire day until about 5 p.m. No buses will run, and the dining areas will stay open as long as they can, as long as they have supplies to hand out. That is what I've heard from the cast member that I spoke to. Hey everyone, Stormtrooper Michael here. Hurricane Matthew update. Again, it's not as bad as we thought, and we're very grateful for that, but it definitely is increasing. The rain bands are coming through much faster, with much more intensity, much more rain, and winds are gusting maybe to 40 miles an hour, but 30 to 40 in that range. So it's definitely picking up now. Stay safe, everyone. Stormtrooper Michael here. The main building of Pop Century is open for people to come and get coffee and tea and water, whatever they need, and a little bit of prepackaged food. They have these bags that they're putting back out here for food right now. Storm, again, is not as bad as we expected it to be, but people are trying to wait it out in their rooms or in this main building, which is now open. Here, I'm just giving you another quick look before I head back to my room. My room's right there, so I'm almost there. But I wanted a quick look. It's definitely picking up now. Definitely picking up more rain, more wind, and everyone's being safe, and that's great. And I'm going to head back to my room and talk to you from there. The wind is picking up just slightly here. I'm guessing it's just a gust, but I just wanted to give you another quick update. Trees are moving a little bit. Wind gusts probably topping out at 30 miles an hour. You'll notice the sandbags are being picked up now. Probably a sign that no one thinks we're gonna get flooded, so we're probably over the worst, but don't let your guard down. Just spoke to a few cast members. Believe it or not, the cast members at Pop Century anyway, who have been here since 6 p.m. are the same ones who are gonna be here all the way through Friday, all the way until 7 a.m. on Saturday. Hard to believe, right? So huge, again, shout out to those cast members for working triple shifts, whatever it is, and being here for us. It's unbelievable the support that they've been showing to us. Fantastic job. There's something fun that Disney's doing. Everything in the arcade is free, both at this resort and others. I've heard from other folks. Every game around here that you can think of is free, and they're, I think, allowing it to be free all day so people can play. Really cool thing. Thank you, Disney. Stormtrooper Michael here with another update. Although it looks like the hurricane is winding down, you still get those really strong wind gusts. The rain is not nearly as intense now, but the wind gusts do pick up every now and then. So be extra careful in the last few hours of this storm, especially Hurricane Charlie, which I was in several years ago in 2004. That was far more intense than Hurricane Matthew appears to be, at least from this vantage point. So do play it safe out there. How does it feel to be here on one of the historic days where Disney World closes for an entire day? Only one word describes it: surreal.
It's an intense enough storm for many in our Disney family. I remember several friends told me that they canceled their trip and they couldn't make it because of this storm, and that is perfectly justified. There's no problem with that. You should really protect life. That's the most important thing. So one solution to the hurricane problem, and you might be already thinking it, avoid Disney World during that hurricane season. It is a way to avoid the hurricanes, but I don't recommend it because there's so much magic to be had during that June 1st to November 30th time frame. If you're really worried about a hurricane hitting during your adventure to Walt Disney World during hurricane season, you can always get the insurance through Disney. That way you can get a refund for the money in case you have to cancel. Besides being prepared in advance with food, water, a flashlight, perhaps recharging your phone and extra batteries for it just in case, it is really important to follow all of those directions given by Disney and local authorities. If you're worried about hurricanes making their way toward Florida right now, you can find more information in the description, a link to the National Hurricane Center, where they track every little storm in that area of the ocean. You can see if anything's headed that way. Safety is the most important thing. That's the number one. That's it, first one, and you should do what you think is best for you. But I get the question all the time, Michael, I'm coming from overseas, I can't get the insurance, it wouldn't work for me, to take off work and then to go to Walt Disney World and change everything because of a hurricane. I wouldn't be able to do that. So do you still think I should risk it to go to Walt Disney World during hurricane season? The answer I always give to that question is yes. The chance that you're going to be hit with a hurricane on the week or 2 weeks that you're there and it crosses right over Orlando, it's a very, very slim chance, very unlikely, and by the time the hurricane makes landfall, it's probably less powerful, and Disney goes above and beyond to protect guest safety. But that being said, all of that being said, be prepared, be safe, and do what you think is best for you and your family. I sure hope this video answered some of those questions about going to Disney during hurricane season. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other suggestions, something that I may have forgotten, any other tips. Let us know. I'm looking forward to reading your comment. If you take away 2 things from this video, I want you to remember to be safe and do what you think is best for your safety and your family's safety, and be prepared. Those are the 2 big concepts to take out of this video. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.